What's up, baby? This is Deontay the Bronze Rumble Wilder. Make sure you tap into Black Authentic Truth for your latest news. It's great information, baby. Bomb Squad!
Now, she's accused of plotting the murder of her manager at a McDonald's in East Point, and now she's being held on a bond set at $25 million. The
26-year-old East Point woman faced a judge today as the family of the victim, Jennifer Harris, comes to grips with the tragic end to her life. Harris was stabbed to death Thursday morning at the McDonald's at 9 Mile and Schroeder in East Point. 7 News Detroit reporter Ruta Olsonida was inside the courtroom today.
Listen, that's a tragic way to die, to get stabbed multiple times. That is a very traumatic, tragic way to live your last moments. I would compare that to drowning or being in a fire. It has to be a horrible experience of you taking your last breaths and knowing that you're about to die.
When the suspect was formally charged with first-degree premeditated murder, and we learned of her violent past.
New details coming out in court on Friday about the gruesome and what prosecutors say was a calculated way to take the life of a mother of 6 and hardworking employee here at McDonald's. The suspect pleading not guilty to a multitude of charges, including first-degree murder.
She stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death.
Prosecution laying out the gruesome details of how 39-year-old Jennifer "Jamma" Harris lost her life at her place of work at the East Point McDonald's near 9 Mile and Schroeder Thursday morning. The suspect accused of her murder, 26-year-old East Point resident Afeni Muhammad, appearing in court virtually pleading not guilty. Her attorney arguing that Muhammad has had a difficult past.
She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical.
Detective.
Now, unconfirmed, and I watched her video in the car where she was complaining about being sent home. Unconfirmed, though, I also heard that she was raped by her neighbor or her roommate, and her father told her that she should move into her car, live in her car. So this woman clearly is dealing with some things. It also brought out in this article that, this news report, that she had similar charges in another state. And just like looking at her and hearing how she's talking, you can tell that she's not totally all there. I guess you can say that she probably has some mental issues going on there, maybe some antisocial issues going on, and not being able to get along with people in a confined environment. I don't know, it's just a thought.
Say Thursday morning Muhammad was sent home from work early. Before leaving, she told her manager and the victim that she'll be back.
When Muhammad returned to stab Harris, she entered the back entrance with a hooded mask over her face in an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing, but was stopped by an armed customer.
East Point police tell me in their investigation they also considered the suspect's social media posts, where she is seen waving around a knife in one Instagram video and discussing being sent home early by Jennifer Harris in previous incidents.
But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that.
Due to the suspect having a record in Virginia for a similar crime involving another knife, the judge set her bond at $25 million cash or surety.
Due to the severity of the charges and the habitual offender status, it makes the defendant a high risk for flight.
If convicted, Muhammad could be spending the rest of her life behind bars. She's due back in court July 23rd for a probable cause conference. Meanwhile, I reached out to McDonald's representatives who tell me that this location where the crime occurred will reopen to the public on Saturday. In East Point,
Damn. She said, McDonald's representative said this location is going to be open on Saturday, up and running. And they want to make money over your dead body. You get what I'm saying? Like, nothing is going to stop these companies from making that money. It's a tragic, tragic thing that has happened at that location. And you would think the least they could do is, have some time off from that location, send workers to other locations, something. But they like, we gotta get this bread, we gotta get this money. That's crazy, right? But when it comes to this story, it's a very sad story because this 36-year-old woman, Black woman, she had 6 kids, and she had younger kids. And you have to ask the question, what is this going to do to them? How are they going to, how difficult is it going to be for them to recover from this, knowing that this happened to their mother? Another thing is that's unconfirmed is, like the girl was saying, the 26-year-old said that she was going through issues with her, and someone on the post said that other people had said that online also that worked, and also a mother took her daughter out of that location, made her quit her job because of being bullied. This is unconfirmed. I'm not saying that this is the truth, it's just allegedly, right? A lot of things. So in a situation like this, these are women. I don't get your panties in a bunch. These are sisters in a confined space trying to work together. And there's going to be attitudes and emotions are going to flare at different times, but you have to always be professional. Now, what I'm saying, well, what I already said about this 26-year-old girl, the assailant, the one who stabbed the manager, she don't seem like she was wrapped too tight. And I've been on both ends of that spectrum working with people. I've been around people that are just like her that you wonder about them. Like, they don't seem too tight. I got to keep my eye on them. They seem like the type that might try to come back up to the job and do something. I've worked with people like that. Also, I've worked with Black women in a supervisor or manager position. And just from my experience, Black women are terrible, terrible managers because of the emotionalism and the attitude, and sometimes talking to people like their children. I'm just saying that's the Wall's experience. That's my experience working. Men are, I would say women in general, not just Black women, but my experience with Black women in higher positions, yes. And when I say in men in general, cool. Sometimes they can be a-holes. Black men, my experience with Black men in positions, excellent, easy, light work, a breeze, make the job fun, laid back. You know what I'm saying? That's my experience. Don't get upset at what I'm saying. Now, this is a terrible, terrible story. This is terribly wrong for her to take this woman's life over this job. She could have went and got another job, another fast food job. I'm sure there's other fast food establishments wherever that McDonald's is located at. It's never that serious, y'all. It's never that serious. You can complain. You can make complaints. There's things you can do the right way if you are wrong to get back at a person that is higher than you that is treating you unfairly. There are ways to get back at them, but to take out your frustrations in that way is just stupid, and it's crash out mentality, crash out behavior. And now, like the article said, I keep saying article, but like the news reporter said, she could be in prison for the rest of her life. Makes absolutely no sense at all. Now you have these young children that are missing their mother, without a mother, and have to pick up the pieces. The family is going to have to pick up the pieces and step to the plate and help raise these children now. It's clearly she was the breadwinner, and it's just, it's a horrifying way and gruesome way for someone to lose their life over perceived disrespect over work-related issues.